Hello guys, hey, this is Mark. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done a video, so I thought I would go over a recent purchase that I picked up. First I have to get the typical, if you like the videos, please subscribe type crap into the beginning of this, so that's about the extent of it. If you guys like to follow me, fine. If not, whatever. Comments, I always try to respond to any and all comments that you guys leave. And as I stated before, I am not sponsored by anybody. I am not getting any sort of rebate or free guns or free accessories or anything. This is all stuff that I've researched, I've looked into, and thought would be kind of cool to own and shoot and things like that. So what I'm going to go over today is a gun that I've been looking at. So a couple months ago, I bought, let me back up. Back in the 80s, I bought a Beretta 92F. Before the military got their contract. It was my very first pistol. Loved it. And then a short while ago, I've got the the M4 A2. I forget which model number it is. In Desert Tan. Really like that one. So I've kind of liked the Berettas. And I'm not a big plastic guy. I'm not a big plastic gun guy, but I was looking for something that was striker fired, little or low recoil, something I can put an optic on, maybe use as a home defense gun, whatever. And the APX A1 kind of caught my eye, so I did a little bit of research and decided I'd pick one up. So this is the new APX A1. In a later video, I'm actually going to do a comparison between this and the SAR 9, which is another Wonder plastic gun that I haven't. And full disclosure, I don't own a Glock. I've never liked the way Glocks feel. I don't like them in my hand. Maybe someday I will shoot another one, but up till now, I'm one of those people that could say, I honestly do not own a Glock. But I'm going to do a comparison between the SAR 9 and the APX A1. Because I'm pretty impressed with both of them, and they're both what I would say budget guns. I mean, the SAR 9 with the factory discount, I think I've got for $225, more or less, after rebate. When I get the rebate, and Beretta just had a rebate on the APXs, I'm probably going to be at $330, $340 for that once the rebate clears. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty good price for a carry gun or a home defense gun that's reliable for you. The other thing I like about Beretta is they've been around for almost 500 years. They're the world's oldest gun manufacturer. So I didn't realize that till I started to research on the APX. I'm going to go over a re-unboxing, because obviously I've unboxed it, I've taken it to the range. I've got, 250 rounds through it probably so far. I have a red dot coming for it. And a light that I'm going to put on it, so I'll do an update once I add those to it. But I thought I would just give you my initial opinions of the gun, what I like, what I don't like about it, some of the things I've noticed about it, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and get set up, and we'll talk to you guys in a sec. Okay, so we are back running. Welcome to the workbench. This is where all the magic happens. I actually enjoy cleaning guns and playing with them and, stuff like that. So I've got quite a bit of time here at the bench. But of course, obviously, the APX, when you get it, comes in the box. Comes with 2 mags. Now, Beretta just had a rebate and had some discounts and stuff, so I actually bought 3 additional mags. The ones I received were all plastic wrapped. The ones that came in the gun were not. The ones that came with the gun I've got loaded, so I don't have in this video, because I do these videos all safe. There's no ammo anywhere to be seen, so we don't have to worry about that. So what you get with the gun is you get, and just for everybody, the gun is completely clear, completely empty. Don't have to worry about that. Okay. So what you get is you get 2 mags, and these are nice Metguard mags. They're 17 round, so you could be 17 plus 1 when you're loaded. You get 2 mags. So here's the other one. You get this stupid lock that nobody ever uses. You get the Beretta mag loader, which I don't use because I use the Maglula. You get 2 additional back straps for these if you want to. So you can change out this back strap. Okay, and this is the piece here that comes out. Now, it's not, first of all, there's no manual in the box. So anything that you want to find, you're going to have to find it online. But in order to change this out, there's a little lever. Once you take the slide off, there's a lever in the back, and I can show you once I disassemble this. You have to push the lever over and pull it out, and there's a metal tab about this long that slides out the bottom. You take the tab out, this pulls off, you slide on the other side that you want, and then that long tab goes all the way in and snaps back in up here. It's kind of weird. I'm used to the ones with a little pin in the bottom. You knock the pin out, it comes off, put a new one on, but whatever. It's what Beretta wanted to do. So you got the 2 additional back straps. You got the large and you got the small. For me, the medium seemed to work pretty good, so I left the medium one on there. And then you get all the paperwork that came with it. Like I said, there's no owner's manual. The front sight has tritium in it, so you got the warning label about the radioactive and the tritium. The warranty, which I actually haven't done yet, I'll fill that out. I just got this last week. Another product guide, and comes with a cleaning brush, which is kind of cool. And I haven't even looked at what all this stuff is. What the hell is this one here? This is a warning provided for the folks in Massachusetts. So, of course, here's one of your communist states that you can't own anything. All right, so we'll go ahead. So that's the box. That's how it came. The snaps are kind of weird. I've never seen these before. And you can't just pull this down. You have to push it in the center and then pull the top off. It even tells you push and pull, which is kind of weird. Hadn't seen that. All right, so we'll put the box aside. Okay, so like I said, I've got about 250 rounds through this. It's been I was concerned about the bore axis with this having a lot of snappiness to it. I've got some semi-autos that have a high bore axis, and there's a lot of snap when you're shooting the 9mm. And I was shooting 124 grain Bellum ammo, which I like. It burned really clean. It's good stuff. And it was very low recoil. Even though the bore axis feels kind of high on here, I think what you've got going for you is they've got a large cutout here, which allows you to get a good grip underneath. So your hand, it's got a really good angle here. And it feels really natural on the gun. And the grippiness of this, and I'll have to say, when I compare this to the SAR-9, this is fantastic. I like the grippiness of the back strap and the front strap especially. You really can get a good feel in there. Mag release, simple, just pops right out. No issues with that. Your slide release is ambi on both sides, so you don't have to swap anything over. You could swap the trigger or the mag release. Now the trigger, I will say, got better the more I used it. So the first night I got this, I just sat on the couch, racking it, pulling the trigger. Let me back up. First thing I do whenever I get any firearm is I fully disassemble it, oil it, lube it. I still swear by this stuff. It smells like ass. It's horrible the way it smells. But this stuff is great. I use this on everything. It coats it, so cleaning off the carbon is pretty much almost just a wipe off. You don't have to scrape anything off on it. And the Germans have been using it since before World War I, and I believe they still use it. So if it's still good for them, it's good for me. So after cleaning that, there was a lot. I would rack the slide and break it in. And the trigger actually got better the more I used it. You've got a little bit of slack. You hit that wall, and it snaps. Reset. Right there, and it's a good audible. You can feel it It's a nice reset on it. The Beretta does not come with any optics plates. So when Beretta had their sale, I went ahead and ordered one. Now I'm going to put a Holosun 508T with a green dot on here, but it has the same footprint as the Trigicon. So this is the same plate, and with the discount, this was like 20 bucks for the plate. So when the optic comes this week, I'll be slapping that on, and I'll play with that. Weight. The other reason I like this actually weighs about 29 ounces, which for a plastic gun is pretty heavy. I think the SAR 9 is like 27. When you get into the Walthers and the Glocks, I think they're like 20 and 22. So this one's got some more weight to it, and it actually feels good, and it keeps that muzzle lift down. You'll see some of the crappy range recordings I did. Again, it's an indoor range. I hate them. One of these days I'm going to get to an outdoor range and do a lot of B footage of some of these pistols. But you'll see there's very little recoil on this gun. Disassembly. It's different, but it's weird. So you got to push in this button on the side. Actually, I think I got to rack it first. Come on. Okay, you got to push that button in, and then you got to slide this down, and then it slides right off. So it's a little bit tougher than the standard, like the Glock breakdowns where you've got the levers on the side. The tab that I was talking about, if you want to change out, there's, I don't know if you can see back in here if the lighting is good enough, but way down here there's a little metal tab. It's got like a stair step on it. You have to push it to the side, and that's a metal tab that runs all the way down to the end in order to change out that back strap. This also has a chassis like your new SIGs do. So the serial number is actually on this chassis. So if Beretta ever came out with different lowers, you could take this pin out, take this whole chassis out, and move it over to another lower, and you're good to go. But the interior, it's basically the same as any other striker fire. It's got a nice barrel. It's got a good, I don't know what the finish is on it, but it looks pretty solid. The slide is pretty heavy. You can see it's a little bit wider too than a Glock slide. It's got some some girth to it. There you go. And put this back in. That's it. To put it back together. Function check. Good to go. I like the sights. So some of the reviewers online don't like it. I actually like the blackout sights with the tritium in the front, because it's real easy to pick up at the range. And you don't have to worry about the 3-dot sight. You just grab the first one. I was test firing this at 10 yards and could consistently get a bullseye on the target at 10 yards with these iron sights. So straight out of the box, I would say it's a very accurate gun. Anything else I'm going to go over with it? No, I think that kind of covers it. Like I said, the mags are great. The more that you run it, the trigger feels better. I could do it. Let me get out the Wheeler gauge. Where's that? Over here. Let's see what the trigger pulls at. Okay, that's 6.7. 6.1. 6.3, so it's constantly over 6. I would say that it doesn't feel that way. It really does not feel like a 6-pound trigger at all. So your mileage may vary on that, but as you go. But anyway, so just wanted to go over the my initial thoughts on this. It's a great little pistol. I like it. Get it decked out, put a light on it. Put a I'm gonna put the I'm gonna try the Holosun PID front light and put the 50T on it. We'll see what this thing looks like when I'm done. I'll do another follow-up video on it, probably in another week or two once I get that decked out, and let you guys know. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, please leave them. I'll answer to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll see some more. All right, bye.
This is